All right. Good afternoon, and welcome everybody to welcome everybody to the webinar. We're going to talk about how to go get short sale listings. This is the secrets of top producing listing agents all across the country, and then the big secret. Really, I'm going to share it with you today. I'm going to share several of them with you today, and when I say secrets, not so much secrets, but I'm going to reveal some information today that is definitely going to change the way you think in some areas of your life and your real estate practice for sure. And I'm going to send you home with some great ideas, okay, some tactics that you can go employ to, go get deals, okay, go get deals. Like right now, like go get a listing, immediate business, as opposed to go build a practice, because those are different. Those are strategies and systems. Like there's tools for tactics, like going out and getting a deal. And then there's systems and strategies for building a practice, and those are sometimes different things. But we're going to talk about both those things today. But right now it's 2011, and it's we're in November, okay? Or no, we're not. We're in October, a couple weeks shy of Halloween here. And I'm in Southern California, which is a hotbed of short sales. It's not the only hotbed in the country. There's a lot of them around the country. And so coming to you from this place, if you're in a market where there's a lot of competition, okay, for the business that's out there, and the majority of the business that's out there is distressed, either REO, bank-owned stuff, or short sales. If you're in a market similar to mine, I'm going to show you how to go get business. We're going to talk about that today. And in any market, in any community, in any economy, I'm going to show you how to go get business. Okay, so I like this picture right here. Take a look at this before we get started and ask yourself, which of these agents do you relate to more often, right? Which one can you relate to more often? We can all relate to the one on the left, and we can all relate to the one on the right at some time, but which one do you relate to more often? The one having the meltdown? The funny thing about real estate, you go from the highest highs to the lowest low, like my friend Joe used to say, in 2 phone calls, from the highest highs to the lowest lows, and then back again, right? It's like a sling, 2 phone calls. So anyhow, just ask yourself, which one do you relate to most often? Now, I'm going to plant a little seed in your brains, and I'd like to, the name of this seed is called the leverage seed. It's a little word, in fact, and there it is, leverage, with the period on the end of it. And let's just pay attention to this for a minute, because I want you to, when we're finished here, I want this word to be rattling around between your ears for the next week or so as you think about the word leverage, because as you do that, you'll begin to think about areas that you can apply leverage in your real estate career and in your, all over the place, in your relationships with your kids, all over the place, but specifically in your real estate career right now to go get business. Now, in regards to leverage, you could start thinking about leveraging your inventory. If you've got some listings right now, leverage those listings. If you're working with buyers right now, leverage those buyers. Leverage those buyer relationships to go get more relationships with more buyers or more sellers. You have to have some dialogue skills and a strategy and some intention. If you've got some listings right now, leverage those listings. The purpose of listening is to get another one. Open house events and direct response property flyers in your Take One box are a great way to leverage your inventory. Because if the purpose of listening is to get another one, who comes to the Take One box and empties it. It's the neighbors, right? It's like your Take One box, think of it, it's like a salt lick. And all the neighborhood homeowner deer, at some point during the morning, middle of the night, middle of the day, when nobody, at some point they all come by and they lick, they take a flyer out of that box. And so if they're going to do that, and if the purpose of listening is to get another one, you've got to figure out a way to leverage that opportunity, right? Because that's a bunch of neighborhood homeowners coming by willingly to look at your message. I mean, you can go pay good money for 30, 60, 90-day late list right now and have some guy sell you the most, exquisite looking letter in the world and spend a bunch of money to send it out, and you don't get any response because they don't want to look at it. Why? They're getting 100 of those in their mailbox every day, right? But when they go over to your property flyer out in front of the listing that you just took, they want to look at your message. They're coming to look at it. Here's your opportunity. So are you under leveraging that opportunity? That's a question to ask yourself. Okay, that's number one. Number two, leverage your relationships. Like I just said, if you're working with buyers, leverage that. Leverage your relationship with your mom. You know her very well. Hey, Mom, it's me, your son. I'm not a secret agent. I'm a real estate agent. And I've known you for all my life, and you've never referred me anybody all my life. What's going on? I know you know people. What can we do together to let the people that you know over at the Bridge Club, or, I don't know what you do during the day, yoga for seniors. How can we go down there and let these people know what I do together? Mom, can I go with you and, bring my cards and you introduce me to them? This is my son, and we'll hand them out. So you might as well. She's your mom. She'd do that for you. That's what I talk about when I say leverage. Right. If I'm sitting in a cafe and I look across the cafe and I see two, attractive, women, one of them I'd like to meet and the other one I know, I could walk up because I've got some leverage. I could wait until, the one I know walks away, and I could walk up and I could say, hey, Tanya, hey, Chris, how's it going? Hey, good. How's it going with you? Good to see you. Hey, who's that girl you're sitting with over there? I'm just kind of curious. Oh, wow, you're curious. Well, that's Rebecca. She'll tell me. Right. I've got some leverage. Now, if I don't know them, I got nothing. Okay, so just be aware of that. Leverage. That's going to be a magic word. It's going to help you get paid. It's going to help you get paid sooner than you've been faster than you've been getting paid too. So if I can figure out how to put my tool down here, I'm going to do so, and we're just going to keep moving here. Okay, so we all live in boxes, and I'm not talking about the house we live in. I'm talking about our reality. Right? We all live in a box. Like, we think the world is one way, and it's really much more than what we think. We just can't grasp all of it. So, we build walls and we put on a roof and we move into a box. And a lot of us live in a box right now that's called Realtor, right? So when people say, what do? You say, oh, I'm a Realtor. Oh, okay. A lot of us. But some of us have knocked those walls down and expanded. We added a second floor and we blew out a wall and we made the house bigger, and we said, no, I'm not a realtor. I'm a marketer with a real estate license, right? I'm a marketer with a real estate license. That's the house I live in, right? Here's my chimney, right? And then this is a house. So the house I live in is I'm a marketer with a real estate license. Right? That changes the way I think, and it changes who I be. It changes the way I even interact in the world and with my clients. And it changes my dialogue. It changes the way I speak with people. Okay, so that's a bigger box. Now here's a bigger box. Here's the mansion. This is like one of those just, your dream home. Wherever your dream home is, maybe this thing is in Aspen or it's up in the Rockies somewhere, and it's like one of those cabins, but it's, the ones I'm talking about with the huge windows, and it's like 9,000 square feet of living space, and it's got 3 guest cottages around it, little Spanish-style casitas, and a ski, whatever you want it to be. It's on an island. This is the big thing. And this is where you realize that you're actually a relationship manager. Sure, you're a marketer. Sure, you're a realtor. But on the grand scale, you're a relationship manager. And imagine yourself standing up there on stage, in a tuxedo or a beautiful evening gown. And you've got the baton in your hand, and you're like a conductor. There's a huge audience out there. It's called the world, and you're a conductor. What are you getting them to do? You're waving the wand. You're waving the baton. They're looking at you. What are you getting them to do, conductor? Right? And how big is your audience? So think about that, okay? That just changes our perspective a little bit. All right, so let's just move on, because relationship manager role, in a nutshell, number one, the relationship manager maintains consistent, great relationships, communications, right, with past clients and their sphere of influence, so that those people always think of you, right? They always think of you. Like, I know this woman, she's amazing. She speaks almost 10 different languages. I'm not kidding. She's proficient in 9 languages. She's working on her 10th language. She's got multiple degrees across a variety of fields. She was a big producing RE/MAX agent up in Vancouver, Canada for a lot of years. She's an incredible woman. And to talk about a relationship manager, I mean, that's all she does. That's like her role in life, is to just like network, build relationships. But you know what she does? It's not just for the purpose of networking and building relationships. She builds relationships with people because she's in this world to serve. And she's looking for more people to serve. When she builds a relationship with somebody new, she always comes from and says, how can I help you? Tell me, what do you do? Let me see who I know in my little black book who can help you. What do you do? I'm a chiropractor. Oh, you're a chiropractor. I know somebody right here, and I know like 10 people who need, do you have cards? Oh, my name is, and they're like, wow, who are you? That's how she tackles life. Of course she was a top producer, right? Relationship manager, right? Maintaining consistent, great relationships with your past clients and with your sphere of influence so that they always think of you, right? Just like Coca-Cola, they didn't run a commercial 50 years ago and said, I hope they remember us. They're running things all the time. Trucks going up and down the road, painted white and red, billboards, TV commercials with polar bears floating on icebergs and a tan one on a yacht. I mean, they've got all this Coca-Cola stuff going on so that when on a hot summer day, when you think, man, I sure would like something cold, hey, let's go get a Coke, right? I want a soda. Okay, let's get a Coke. Okay, even as Coke now, it's like if you want a 7-Up, it's like, hey, let's go get a Coke. Okay, what kind do you want? 7-Up. All right. I mean, it's like the word itself has just become like the representative of all sodas. Coke, let's grab a Coke. I don't want a Coke, I want a Pepsi. Okay, well, same thing. Here's Pepsi. Right. So Coke. If you think cold soda, you think Coke. And so if your name were Tom Smith, you want that, or if you're the orchestrator up there on the stage, you want your audience to, when they think real estate, they think Tom Smith. Just like when they think cold drink, Coke, real estate, Tom Smith, right? So that means, right, and they love Tom Smith. That means when they hear someone say the word real estate, someone that they know that you don't know. When they hear someone that they know that you don't know even say the word real estate, they go, oh, Tom Smith. Oh, well, you know somebody? Yeah, Tom Smith. He's right. That's how you want to be. Right? That's how you build a practice if you're a relationship manager. And who's your sphere of influence? Your mom, your brother, your sister, your friends, your uncles, your neighbors, your chiropractor, your dentist, your landscaper, your kid's soccer coach, everybody, right, that you know. Hey, how's it going? You might have to be a little bit warmer with people. You know, you might have to change your personality, but it's worth it because, first of all, if you're in sales, you have to have a warm and pleasing personality like Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich, or you're just destined to, you know, mediocrity or the dustbin of realtor history. You got to have an outgoing personality. And hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. Right? How can I help you? You have to. So, you know, if some of you need to work on that, that's okay. We all do time to time. So anyhow, that's number one. Number two, expand your relationship base every day and then apply these same tactics to the new expanded relationships, right? You know, apply the same tactics that you use above, up here, to nurture and maintain great relationships with the relationship base as it expands, as you bring new people into it every day, as new people come into your audience and they sit down in front of the stage that you're up there as the orchestrator of, new people are coming through the door. Hey, great, they're getting the same treatment, right? You have to have a system in place to do that. It's not hard. So if you just guys stay with the conversation and follow my thought here, then I'll show you how. The how is easy. But right now we're talking about the what and the why. Okay, so, you know, I said you're a realtor, sure, but more than that, you're a marketer with a real estate license, definitely. But more than that, right, if you want to thrive in real estate, and you can, right now in this market, you guys can thrive, you know, in this economy. There are realtors in your community right now living in thrive, and then there are a lot living in survive, just trying to figure out how to survive, right? Thrive is not a matter of IQ, right? It's a matter of what I'm talking about right now. It's having relationships, people who know you, like you, trust you, a lot of them, and they'll talk about you. Why? Because you ask them to and you remind them all the time. That's a practice, okay? Well, what's a classified ad? I can just go find a stranger who doesn't know me, doesn't like me, doesn't trust me, want to walk me up and list their house. Well, I have those too. Right? You don't ignore them. There's systems for that. We're gonna cover those. Okay, so anyhow, relationship manager, maintain consistent great relationships and then expand your relationship base all the time. Right? Makes sense? Okay. So Ray Kroc knew the secret. Ray Kroc is a founder of McDonald's. He knew that systems are the solution. Right? He knew that a good system, think about it, they enable teenagers to run a McDonald's operation flawlessly. Right? Teenagers. They enable the average Joe to work on an assembly line building jet airplanes, right? Satellites that'll go to outer space. Not quite the average Joe working on satellites, but you get the concept, right? I mean, you know, fancy cars coming down the assembly line, they're getting put together, right? People following a system, and then these things work. And these got these motors in them that run for 100 years if you just keep them lubed up. So they can easily allow you, when I say they, I mean systems. Systems are the solution. Systems can easily allow you to perform like a world-class relationship manager. They can. I'll show you how. Okay. So now in the world out there, there's two types of prospects. Those who know you and those who don't, right? And so it's not hard to figure out which group you don't have any leverage with. You know, if, again, I look across the cafe, I see two attractive women over there, and I don't know any of them, I don't have any leverage. Well, I can't, well, hey, I don't know them, right? It's a lot different than when I know, hey, can you introduce me to your friend? Yeah, sure, because I know you. You're a great guy. You're Chris. Hey, Chris, this is, right? That would work, but, you know, shy of any leverage, boy, I better have one smooth direct response ad, right? I better go over there with like a really good headline, you know, and then a compelling offer, right? A valuable free offer, right? And then I better have a really good follow-up automated drip campaign, right, if I expect to get anywhere, because I don't have any leverage. So I got to have some good stuff there. So does that make sense? It's not hard to figure out which group you don't have any leverage with. And again, you don't ignore the strangers. You just have to have some good stuff to go get them. It's a little bit harder. In fact, it's much harder, but you can still do it. Okay. Why is it harder? Well, let's just figure generally, you know, ignore the 50%, 25%, I don't know, but roughly, I bet we could say that the numbers are somewhere in here. And here's what we're talking about. 50% repeat business, right? And now in real estate, that doesn't happen. In real estate, it's much, much, much lower than that because, you know, real estate agents close a transaction with people and they move on down the road, and then most of them don't tend to follow up very well. But car dealerships do, and places that sell you appliances and home builders and all the other businesses out in the world, they're great at following up with you. Right? And when they do, guess what? About 50% of consumers out there become repeat consumers. They go back to where they first did their business. Okay. And then about 25% of the other consumers that are left over will ask one of these people, where should I go get a refrigerator? Who should do my roof? Right? Should we buy home? Should we buy in this community? Where did your Toyota truck, did you get that where'd you get it? Right? That's where they'll go to, which means about roughly 75% of your prospects out there either have a relationship, right? Someplace that they could go to, or someone that they could go to who is going to steer them to someone to go to, right? Relationship being the key word, relationship. Now, that means these people here, they don't know you. They don't know anybody. And they're just going to respond to an ad. I don't know a realtor, and I don't know anybody to talk to. And now that I'm ready to do real estate, I'm going to go look for an ad. Right? Now that I'm ready, I'll go look for an ad. I'll go pick up a magazine, or I'll go onto the internet or something like that. Now that I'm ready. Which ad will I respond to? The first one that I come to that seems to solve my problem. Not the best one. Not the direct response ad from Craig Proctor that cost $9,000, or Joe Stumpf, or Brian Buffini, or Mike Ferry, or Tom Ferry, or Howard Britton, or, you know what I mean? Or Chris Silveda. Not that. That's not the ad I'm going to respond to, unless it's right in front of my face when I decide to go look for an ad. Right? That's just the reality. Isn't that interesting? So, you know, people put a lot of energy into, you know, selling you their magic words on their ads and stuff, but it's like, look, at the end of the day, can you tell me the magic time to deliver these magic words? Because that's the key ingredient if I'm going to get this ad responded to, right? If I'm chasing 90-day or 30-day or 60-day lates, it's the magic time, not the magic word. Right? The time is like 80%. The word is about 20% of the equation. So just something to be aware of, right, as a marketer. Okay, so let's move along. I'm going to put my little yellow highlighter down here. And we're going to understand that this is from NAR. 81% of clients report that they'd use the same agent again, but less than 11% actually do. Why? No follow-up. No follow-up. You know, sorry. You know, or meaningless random follow-up every once in a while, something that's pointless, right? A message that says, I don't really care and I don't follow up, right? So, you know, that's just something to be aware of. 73% of sellers and 63% of buyers selected their agent because they had an existing relationship, right? We talked about this. They had an existing relationship, or they were referred to an agent from a trusted source. Yet, less than 4% of agents have an effective system to capture the business. So that's something to be aware of, right? As a marketer with a real estate license who's in the business of managing relationships, right? You're a world-class relationship manager, and you've got some great marketing skills and a real estate license in your pocket, right? Now bake that in the oven. That's something. Okay, so let me pick up my pen here because it's really fun to play with on a page like this because I can make this mouse turn yellow, right? He's like a little yellow mouse now. Here's what I would want you guys to really leave here with today. I would want you to understand something about this guy right here. He's a representative of short sale sellers, expired listings, equity listings, right? He represents buyers, investors, first-time home buyers, move-up buyers. Okay, this mouse represents all your prospects, okay? And this mouse is programmed, like all mice, to do two things: get the cheese and avoid the cat. As my friend Dean Jackson down in Winter Haven, Florida says, a brilliant marketer down in Florida. Get the cheese, avoid the cat. That's what mice are programmed to do. What's the cheese? In your case, the cheese is, if that was a distressed homeowner, your short sale listing prospect, any helpful information, information that will help them get from here to there, right? Here is where they're at, stuck, right, upside down on their house. There could be wherever they want to go. Loan modification, right? Save our home. We want to modify our loan. Short sell our house, avoid foreclosure. Let the bank foreclose. We want to let them foreclose on us. There's some place that we want to go to, and if you've got some information that will help us get there smartly, we'd like to have it, but we don't need you, right? Because you're a cat, and you just want to short sell our house. And, you know, you stand to make a lot of money off of our pain and suffering. You know, we're not dumb. Number one. Number two, we know that we can stay in this house a long time right now without making any payments because the banks are slow. So just because we came up on your NOD list and didn't respond to your postcard, don't think that we're not going to be a short sale one day. Just, you know, you need to be patient, and you need to not act like a cat because we don't like cats. We're mice. All right? That makes sense. And you'll leave here with that imagery in your brain forever, I hope. The word leverage and understanding that your prospects are just like cats and mice. They're programmed to get the cheese and avoid the cat. All right. Now, short sale salmon, let's talk about them because that's the purpose of today's webinar. That's what this training is all about, how to go get more of these guys, right? Because when you get these things, they'll feed you for weeks, right? Okay. Well, so we need to understand them. But we also need to understand, in order to understand them, we need to understand everything about them, where they come from. Who are they? Who are these people? I'll tell you who these people are. They're these people all grown up, okay? They're these people all grown up. In other words, short sale salmon, the vast majority of them begin their lives as a loan modification minnow. And why do we need to understand that? We need to understand that because if we're going to be a world-class relationship manager, we need to know who we're talking to when we're talking to people, and we need to be able to talk to them in a way that they want to be talked to. Okay? A loan modification minnow doesn't want you to talk to them about why the bank's not going to modify their loan and how they should short sell their house. And, hey, by the way, I can do that for you, right? Why? Because that's cat talk. That's all about you breathing commission breath up in their grill and trying to, you. And it's like, how much money are you going to make off of our pain and suffering? You're a dime a dozen, right? If you're in San Diego County, there's 27,000 licensed cats. I don't need you. So you can't go there. You can't go there. Right? That's why you need to know that loan mod minnows, you have to be able to have what they want and give it to them. Right? Have what they want and give it to them. And I'll tell you what they want. They want cheese. What's cheese? Helpful information. Information that will help them get from here to there. Where does loan mod minnow want to go? To a modified loan in a saved home. Right? And if you say, hey, I can help you get there for free without getting ripped off, come with me, guess what? They'll jump into your bucket. If you say, hey, I can help you get from here to there for free without getting ripped off, come with me, they'll jump into your bucket. Right? Now you got loan mod minnows in a bucket. What are you going to do with them? I'll tell you what you're going to do with them. You're going to feed them nutrient-rich information. And as they feed on that nutrient-rich information, guess what's going to happen? They're going to start to grow. And what are they going to grow up into? A short sale salmon, right? And then not all of them will grow up into short sale salmon. Some of them, you'll find them in the bottom of the bucket, like dead the next day. The bank foreclosed on them, right? They didn't go for it. And now they're upside down, and they're really upside down, and they're upside down at the bottom of the bucket, right? Bank foreclosed on them. They took way too long doing nothing and playing around with the bank on the phone for 9 months, and the bank foreclosed on them. Some of them. But some of them, you get them into your bucket and you feed them nutrient-rich information, they're going to grow into one of these. And the beauty is they so appreciate the relationship and they see you as a short sale expert and they're like, okay, will you help us? Sure, I'd love to help you. Right. So understanding that 10 out of 10 short sale salmon begin their life as a loan mod minnow and having food and a system, not you, because if you have to do it, it won't get done. But if you have a system in place, right, to nurture these little loan mod minnows and feed them and move them along, hey, guess what? Now all of a sudden you got these things swimming around in your life coming to you, right? System is the solution, right? Getting them the information, not looking like a cat, that's a system. Right? Systems are the solution. So I'll show you that too. So let's put this pen down here. And sometimes this pen, it gets glued to my hand, quite literally. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's take a look at some tools and systems for marketing to minnows and salmon who don't know me and think that I'm a cat. Okay, I'm going to show you some tools and systems that I created for marketing to minnows and salmon who don't know me and think that I'm a cat. Okay, and then I'll show you some tools and systems for marketing to minnows and salmon who do know me and know that I'm not a cat, right? That we'll go look at that later. But right now, let's go look at the stuff for strangers who don't know us, don't like us, don't trust us. I'll show you a little system. Okay, I call it the simple listing system, and I'm going to show you how it works right now. All right, so here's our prospect, homeowner, default, stranger. Doesn't know us, doesn't like us, doesn't trust us, right? There they are. And again, what are they looking for? Well, geez, information. Information that'll help them get from here to there, right? Now, there's me or there's you, and I've got it. I've got the information. I can help them get from where they are currently to where it is they want to be. The problem is there's this gap between us, this big divide. They don't know who I am, and, you know, they don't know me, right? And if I just send them ads and stuff like that, I'm just a commodity, right? I'm just a cat. So how do I bridge that divide? Well, you know, they're a stranger, so, you know, I don't have any leverage. So I've got to, you know, I've got to go build postcards, letters, direct response tools, right? In other words, lures and bait, right? I gotta put my little tackle box together so that I can go catch these things. So that's what I did. So we can call that a toolkit. We can call it a tackle box, but for sure we can call that a postcard. And then that's a business card. You'll get a closer look at these in a minute. I'll just pull these out. They're going to look a little small, and then we'll go take a close look. So that's a postcard down there. That's a business card. That's a book that I wrote called The Homeowner's Guide to Fighting Foreclosure, a comprehensive guide including tools, techniques, and tactics for battling your bank. Okay, property owners facing foreclosure have options. Get the facts you need inside. That's what that book is about. So let me ask you, loan mod minnow. If you were a loan mod minnow, would you want a book? Okay, a $37 book, but if I could give you a free copy of it, would you want it? It's called The Homeowner's Guide to Fighting Foreclosures. It's a comprehensive guide to help you deal with your bank. I would think if you're a loan mod minnow, you might want that book. Okay, so there's some loan mod minnow nutrient-rich information food. All right. Now here's a book that I wrote called The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. And up here you can't see it, but it says learn how you can sell your home for less than you owe the bank, avoid foreclosure, save your credit, and get your lender to pay all the sales costs for free. A comprehensive guide to help you avoid foreclosure using a real estate short sale. All right. So this is salmon food. All right. And when I hand this menu, so to speak, to a salmon, so I walk into a restaurant and a bunch of short sale salmon, they're sitting at the tables, and this is the menu, and they're so excited to get it in their fins. They're like, oh, we've been waiting for this menu all evening. We can't wait to get the information that's inside the menu, right? So as I hand it to them as the waiter, because I know how to get big tips, and it's all in my personality. It's all in having a warm and pleasing personality, like Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich, and it's in my dialogue skills. So as I hand them the book, I say, listen, folks, welcome to my restaurant this evening. Here's a menu. I just want to let you know that, here in San Diego County, there's more than 28,000 licensed real estate agents. And right now, about 48% of the market is short sale, which means out of the 28,000 licensed real estate agents in San Diego County, they're all claiming to be short sale experts right now, pretty much because they have to. If they weren't, they'd be out of business. The challenge is this: not all 28,000 of them are short sale experts, and when it comes to real estate short sale, you only have one shot at it, right? So it's critical that you work with an expert, and a real expert, not just someone who says I'm an expert, right? You've got to work with an expert, and so read the menu, right? Read the book. Here's the information. And when you're done with this information, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to know more than 9 out of 10 of so-called experts. You will. And you'll be in a perfect position to start interviewing, which I highly recommend you do, right? You'll be in a perfect position to start interviewing agents and find the best one for you. In fact, there's a chapter in this book called How to Find the Right Expert for You. I'll walk you through the process, right? Oh, wow, great. Okay, hey, have a great evening, folks. Enjoy the meal. Now I can walk away from the table. Now, listen, there's a rule called prospects pursued, run away. Did I pursue those people at all? Like, list your house with me. I'm a short sale expert. I can help you. No way. I didn't do anything like that. I just told them, here you go. You're going to find everything you need. It's right inside here. And I'm so glad you got this because, you might not be aware, but everybody's calling themselves an expert right now, and they're not. And that's important to you to know that because when you read this information, you'll be in a much better position to, move forward smartly because you only got one shot at a real estate short sale. So here you go. Here's your book, right? Those dialogue skills, when I hand the book, make the book even more valuable, right? They haven't even read the book yet, but based on what I just said, it's like, oh, wow, yeah, that's why we got yes, I'm so glad we got this book. You're right. That makes perfect sense, right? Now it's worth it, right? So our words, our dialogue, I could just say, hey, here's a book. It's about short sales. This might help you. Oh, okay, thanks, right? No value. There's no value there. Well, it's a book, a little bit of value. I'll check it out, right? But if I say, hey, check it out. Let me show you guys something. I hold this up like the Glenn Ross leads, and I hold this up on my fingertips, and I say, you guys are going to love this. I can't wait. Check it out. You know what? I know you're upside down on your house. I'm sorry. That's the situation. But this book right here is going to show you guys, oh, wow, and they come in closer, right? So it's my dialogue. It's my attitude. It's my energy. I create the value with my words. So just want to make you aware of that. So out of my toolkit so far, I've pulled out a postcard. I've pulled out a business card. 2 books, one for loan mod minnows, nutrient-rich information for them that they can feed on, nutrient-rich information for short sale salmon that they can feed on. And the end result of reading this book, the short sale salmon food, is this. I'm an expert. The guy who wrote the book, he's an expert. He's the one we want. She's the one we want. We don't want to go interview a bunch of agents. Won't you help us? You wrote the book. Oh, sure, I'd love to. I've got this, this week my schedule's kind of tight, but I've got some time Thursday evening after 6 or Friday after 6 for about an hour. What works best for you guys? Either or. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll come over Thursday at 6 and I'll bring the contracts and stuff. I need you guys to have your W-2s, your tax returns, your pay. Oh, okay, great, right? I'm not going on a listing interview. I'm going to get the contract signed, right? So that's how that book works. And by the way, by design, the book that I would send my prospect would be an e-book. Wouldn't be a hardback. It'd be an e-book. I'd send them an e-book version. Why? It's easy to send. It's free and it's viral. They get it. They read it. They go, wow, this is great. And they forward it to people. Right? Have at it because it's got my contact information and it positions me as the expert. Please forward it to everybody that you know. Right. Now, what I just pulled out of this toolkit here is a letter. We'll take a closer look at it, but it's a letter obviously promoting this book, and it's a direct response letter. It's got a compelling headline, a free valuable offer in the form of the book, and then no hoops to jump through to go get the book. Just log on to a website, go get the book. Okay, that's what this letter is about, and it's written like a press release. There's no Remax balloon. There's no photo of me, none of that stuff. Right. So that's a direct response letter. But it's a lot more than a letter, okay? It's a tool, and we're going to get into that. This is called a bandit sign. Some people refer to these as bandit signs. It's a corrugated plastic sign, basically, and it's got a bunch of little holes in it, and you can stick a little metal stand into the holes and stick them in the grass, or you can, staple it to a wooden stake and hammer it into the ground, or you can staple it up to a telephone pole, or a stop sign, or you can poke little holes in the corner of it and get some bending wire, right, some baling wire, and you could attach these to chain link fences or, whatever you want. They go all over the place, and they're powerful tools when you know how to use them. But that's what that is. Avoid foreclosure, have your lender forgive your debt, sell your home, pay nothing, owe nothing, save credit. And then there's a toll-free number, right, and the toll-free number connects the prospect straight over to your cell phone. Okay, they call it, listen to a pre-recorded short message, and then hold the line to connect with, and then it calls your cell phone. And then when you answer the cell phone, it's not just, you're not just on the phone with them automatically. There's a little computer that says you have a phone call from, and then you'll hear the person say their name, Jill Smith, and then push pound to accept. And you'll push pound, and then what I would do is say, hi, Jill, this is Chris with Short Sale Experts. I can help you. Not how can I help you. I can help you. Hi, Jill, this is Chris with Short Sale Experts. I can help you. Oh, hi, Chris, I'm on your website. Like, that's what it would sound like, right, when they call. And now if they would leave a message, the system just emails me their message, so I don't even have to check the voicemail, it just emails it to me. Okay. If they don't leave a message, they get scared and they hang up. It emails me a time and date stamp and where the call originated from with a captured phone number, so I can follow up. Hi, I think you were on my website, or you tried to call me. Actually, you tried to call me. We got cut off, perhaps, but I was wondering if I could provide you with any more information. Maybe you were calling for the book, or, oh, yeah, I was on your website, right? So you could follow up. Or it would drive them over to my, what I call a mousetrap, where they could go get the book, right? They could go over here and they could go get the book. Call the toll-free number or go over to the website. So that's a corrugated plastic bandit sign. I just love this. This is really, I could just take all its other stuff and get rid of it. Not literally, but this is a direct response newsletter I make. It's called the Welcome Mat. And I'll tell you what, it's like the Swiss Army knife of tools. It's all of these things and more in one. We'll take a closer look at that too, but you don't have to look at mine, the Welcome Map, but there's another good like Service for Life. They're out there. They've got a great newsletter. It's awesome. Go check it out. BuyReferralOnly.com. They've got a great client newsletter. It's awesome. The challenge is they're just too expensive. And you go look at that stuff. It's like, it's great. I'd like to use it, but so direct response newsletters, Swiss Army knife. I'll tell you, I don't think there's a top producer to be found in North America that doesn't have a newsletter, whether it's an e-newsletter going out every single month or a print version, or ideally both to the same list every single month if you want to increase your readership. A direct response newsletter. Why? Well, because a newsletter is actually a system. A newsletter is a system. It's a follow-up system. It's a touch point system. Think about this. If you had a newsletter, like every month, if you got a newsletter arrived via email, and boom, here it is, here's your October edition, and you could just open it up, insert your photo, insert your logo, insert your photo, and your number and your web address, and then done. And other than that, it's a great looking direct response newsletter. You're done. You can print it out and send it or email it. That's all you have to do every month. And you had a list to send it to every month. Well, you got a relationship base, and you're dripping on them. Right, every month. And if you're dripping a good newsletter, I'm telling you, that's a system. So your past clients, that's why I say your past clients, your sphere of influence, everybody you know, they should be hearing from you every single month. And there's no better way to do that than with a really good newsletter. And I'll show you what one looks like. You can see another, again, Service for Life, Buy Referral Only. Just go Google real estate client newsletters. There's a lot of them out there, right? Some good, some not so good. But I'll tell you what, before I sent out postcards or letters or anything, I go get a good newsletter. And I'll tell you why. Another thing about a newsletter, if you want to mail to lists right now, like NOD lists, I can pretty much tell you wherever you are in the country, because I'm working right now with a couple hundred agents across the country who are doggedly pursuing short sale listings. And I can tell you, the markets are pretty much acting the same. People are like digging in. These homes that are upside down, homeowners, they're staying in their homes longer for free. I mean, they're just like staying because the banks are backed up and the banks are slow at foreclosing on people and kicking people out. So people are staying longer. That doesn't mean they won't eventually short sale. The bank won't accept a short sale. It means you have to follow them through the process longer. It means you have to mail to them. You got to go buy a 30-day late list. Don't start at 90. Start at 30 when they've missed their first mortgage payment, right? And then hit them again at 60, and then hit them again at 90, and then again at 120, and then again a day at 150, and then 180. Follow them through. You decide how long, but I would give minimum 6 months, right? Follow them every month. Now, what are you going to send to them every month that they're going to look at and engage with? Better not be a postcard or a door hanger, because that's going to get thrown away. Why? Especially when they get to the 90-day point. Because they're getting tons of that stuff and they don't care. They're not ready for it yet. But remember, they bought that house. They're living in the house that, that they're emotionally, they bought it. And if all of a sudden there's a really cool real estate news, a newsletter arriving in their mailbox every month, it's not about real estate. It's just about really cool stuff to look at, and it's fun to engage with. Hey, this is neat. And it's got some real estate information in it, especially helpful stuff about short sales and loan mods. Now they'll look at your message. Why? Because it's like the pill popped into some peanut butter. Right? It's not about list your house with me short sale. It's about the welcome mat, or it's about, this, hey, check it out, right? Oh, wow, this is cool stuff. You'll see. That's how newsletters work. Much better to send out. I mean, follow your list, 30, 60, 90, 120, with a newsletter, a direct response newsletter. And I'll show you what a great direct response newsletter looks like, my version, here in a moment. I think it's the best thing on the market at a third the price of everybody else's. But you might not agree. You might go look at some of the other ones and find something that works better for you. But that's what that is, okay? And then that's a door hanger. And I'll talk to you guys about door hangers on a separate training call if I could, because door hangers are powerful tools, but they're also ridiculous waste of money and time if you don't know how to use them. And you think, well, they got to work. Domino's Pizza uses them all over the place. Sure they do. Domino's Pizza has great success running up to doors and sticking these things on doors and running away. In other words, not knocking on the door and engaging with people and handing it to them and telling them what it is. Domino's Pizza has great success with that because you know where they do it? Apartment complexes right outside of military bases, places like that, where it just hit it again and again and again and again and again with these door hangers, and people already know what it is. It's a bunch of coupons for Domino's. We're trained, and we'll take them because we're pizza eaters, right? That works. But the idea of taking a door hanger and running up to a door, sticking on the door and running off in a middle-class neighborhood in the middle of America doesn't work the same way. Right? You could say free Mercedes-Benz, log on and claim yours, and a lot of people won't. Because why? They threw your door hanger away. They didn't even look at it. And so you need to be aware of that. Okay? That doesn't mean don't do that. Just be aware of that. There are other ways to use door hangers that are more effective, quite frankly. So that's a door hanger. And again, you see these are all direct response ads, compelling headline, free valuable offer, log on to get yours. Not about a real estate agent, cat anywhere. Right? And it says sell your home for less than you owe the bank, avoid foreclosure, save your credit, get your lender to pay all the sales costs for free. San Diego, California, a new informative ebook is just, or whatever your city is, it's written like a press release. So that's the door hanger. These are take one flyers. Okay, I've got several different take one flyers in my toolkit, several different postcards, several different door hangers, in fact, a variety of them. I'm just showing you one of each. Take one flyers, what are those for? Okay, we're going to go back to the word leverage. Take one flyers I designed myself. I designed these for myself for open houses, okay, and other events, but primarily open houses. Okay, the purpose of an open house is to help facilitate that process called get another listing. Remember, the purpose of a listing is to get another one. So the purpose of an open house has got to be to help facilitate that process, right? So an open house event is not for buyers. It's to get all the neighborhood homeowners to come over and meet and greet, right? Here's a root beer float. Here's a cup of coffee. Here's a hot dog. Come on in. You got music going, stuff going on. There's energy, right? And you're handing stuff out. Here's some property information. Here, take this too. Oh, what's this? Hey, thanks for asking. That's a book I put together. It may or may not apply to you folks, but, it's called The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. And if you or anybody you know is upside down on their house, this is going to show them how they can avoid foreclosure for free. Right? Whether they want to modify their loan, deed in lieu, real estate short sale, or just walk away, let the bank foreclose, this book will show them how to do that. Oh, wow, great. Thanks, great open house, right? And they're leaving with root beer floats and coffee and things, going, wow, this agent wrote a book. What a great, hey, that was cool, face painting, huh? Hey, let me see, sweetie. And a little 6-year, hey, look, I got the face painter. Like, that's what an open house is. Right? And all the neighbors, and by the way, when the neighbor's leaving, I'm getting their address. Hey, give me a connect. Put you guys on. Let me show you the welcome mat. It's my neighborhood newsletter. It goes out. It's going to have all the area comps every month. Show you what's new in the neighborhood on the market, what's sold, what's expired. Oh, wow. Could I add you to the list? Sure. And they're giving you an address. And now you're putting them on your mailing list, right, to get your monthly newsletter. Who? Neighborhood homeowners. Right? So you're in the relationship management business. Your job is to go get relationships, a bunch of them, and then manage them well, right? And when you manage them well, management means make them happy, entertain them, let them know, hey, cool, this is great stuff, you're a great person, that's great, love it, thank you very much. And by the way, folks, please don't keep me a secret. I'm a short sale expert. I wrote the book, Your Referrals are the Lifeblood of My Business. I know you know people at your church and your place of employment. And, oh, wow, Chris, great. When do I remind them that? Every single month. By the way, please don't keep me secret. Here's more cool stuff. By the way, please don't keep me secret, right? Coca-Cola, Ford Motor Company. So again, the relationships that I'm managing, real estate pops up in their world, Chris, right? They hear somebody at work say real estate, Chris, yeah, we got an agent. Remember those numbers? Before 50% of people had a relationship, 25% are going to go to the 50 and ask for a relationship. You want to be building your relationship audience bigger and bigger and bigger all the time. How do you do that? Geographic farm area is a great place to start, right? But the first place to start really needs to be your past clients and your sphere of influence. And if you're a brand new agent, you don't have past clients, then it's going to be your sphere of influence. Go get their addresses. Well, but I want to send them an e-newsletter. Well, you can do that too, but go get their addresses, because you better send them a paper one, because I'm telling you, that it's the tactile response. When I show you guys the welcome mat here in a minute, it's sitting down on Sunday morning with the TV going on in the background and a cup of coffee, and right next to you, reading the welcome mat, hanging out with it, and your hands playing with it. And then reading your message. That's the experience that you want them having, and it's worth the postage. By the way, you don't have to pay for the postage. I'll show you how to get other people to pay for it. So don't worry about that. You want to send a paper, tactile, hold it in your hands, get it in your mailbox once a month, newsletter out to your geographic farm area, to your sphere of influence, to your past clients. If you can get all their email addresses, follow it up on the same day with an email version of the same thing, by all means, and you'll increase your readership. But just, to hammer that home. Okay, you guys got the point. Don't need to hammer that home anymore. Anyhow, these Take One flyers, great open house tool. So all those tools do one thing. They send my prospect to someplace where they want to go get the cheese, the information, the book, right? And then they get the book, and what happens? They read the book, and the end result of them reading the book is that I'm the expert, I'm the pro, I'm the one they want on their team. Even if the loan mod minnows read the book, right? Read their book about loan mods, you know what conclusion they arrive at? The conclusion they arrive at is this: calling up Bank of America and asking them to modify your loan is a lot like going down to 7-Eleven and buying a lottery ticket, right? You might win the lottery, but if it's important to you to avoid foreclosure, right, you better have a plan B in place. If it's important. If it's not important to you, then don't worry about it. Right? But I'll tell you what, if you're thinking you're going to go file bankruptcy, I've got a video you guys can watch. A bankruptcy attorney right here in California. He's licensed in several states. In his YouTube videos, he says, I always tell clients, listen, if you're going to come to me after a foreclosure for a bankruptcy, I'd like to be able to hit the rewind button and tell you to go short sell your house. You're in a much better position coming to me with a loan satisfied, loan on your credit report than foreclosed in regards to your mortgage payment. So if you can short sell, by all means, short sell. Don't let the bank foreclose, right? If you can short sell, short sell. So the message that the loan mod minnow gets from the blue book, which is the Homeowner's Guide to Fighting Foreclosure, right? The loan modification nutrient-rich information food. The primary message they get from that book is, again, it's like going down to 7-Eleven and buying a lotto ticket when you call Wells Fargo. You might win the lotto, but you better have a plan B in place, if it's important to avoid foreclosure. And if it is, I'd love to be your team B, your plan B captain. I've got the team over here, and we're ready to go to work for you for free to help you avoid foreclosure if the loan mod doesn't work out. Right. So either way, those books, they position me as a knowledgeable short sale expert. Right. All of these tools, one of these tools, and there's some tools I'm not even showing you, like some Craigslist ads and some other things. So all of these tools and some other tools let the prospect know that there's this cheese available and how to go get it, right? You can call a toll-free phone number. We'll send you a free copy, or you can log on to a website and just go get it, right? Talk to nobody. Either way, go to the website, call the phone number, we'll send you the free book. We'll send you the information that you want. And when you read it, it's going to position me as the knowledgeable expert who's standing by with a team of experts to help you avoid foreclosure for free. Right? And since it's an ebook, when you go to my website and give me your email address so I can send it to you, of course I'm going to follow up right? With a series of automated, an automated drip campaign. Great letters, not letters coming from a cat breathing commission breath all over them, but letters coming from a true consultant, an advisor, just offering little strategic tips and counsel, advice, things that they ought to be thinking about, moving forward. If they think a short sale might be on the horizon for them, some things that they might start thinking about right now to sort of prepare for in advance, things to watch out for. I drip on them, emails. P.S. My team of experts is standing by to help you avoid foreclosure for free, if you decide you're ready to do short sale. That's what I'm dripping on them. So you can see how this system works. I've got tools. This is for strangers, right? I've got tools to drive the stranger over here to get the book that positions me as an expert, drip on them, and then they contact me. I don't cold call them. They respond to a drip email, or they call me up and say, hey, will you come help me? All right. That's how the system works. Automated drip campaign. So, speaking of email, this is an interesting screen, but I'm familiar with this. So speaking of email, here's an email signature. And when you've got these tools, take a look at this. So here I've got my signature. P.S. Click here for a free copy of the Homeowner's Guide to Fighting Foreclosure. This is another tool, just like a postcard or a letter. It's a free way to what I call hurl my URL, right? Get my URL out into the world, right? How many thousands of emails do you guys send every year to your buyer clients and seller clients? And P.S. Click here for a free copy of the Homeowner's Guide to Fighting Foreclosure for tips, tools, and techniques for negotiating with your bank, or the Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales for insider's perspective of loan modifications, real estate, right? So click here for a book, right? Certified Short Sale Expert. Why do I have this here instead of CDPE? Because what does CDPE mean? I have no idea. I still, to this day, I don't know. Oh, it's Certified Distressed, CDPE, Certified Distressed Public Authority Figure. I don't know, something like that. But what is the? And I'm a realtor. What does a consumer think of CDPE as? I don't know. Is it like a division of the IRS? Are they the ones going to come kick us out of our house when we don't pay after like 9 months? They don't know, right? But they know what this means. It means Certified Short Sale Expert. That's what that means. It's very clear. So, and now it actually says advisor because my legal people said, no, it can't say expert, it needs to say advisor. So we've modified that. But so here's an email signature that gets listings, right? I mean, how many emails you send out of the course of the year? People get the book, email them the book, they get it, and they go, wow, great book. They forward it on to somebody else. So what I just showed you guys is a viral automated marketing system, okay? And now we're going to close that slideshow, and we're going to close this completely. And I'm going to take you over to shortsalecoachingclub.com, and I'm going to let you know that you can come over to the shortsalecoachingclub.com anytime you want, right? And you could revisit those tools. Just scroll over tools, and it says offline marketing. Click on this link, and here they are. You could come down here and you could just scroll over these and take a closer look at what these tools look like. Like my money-making business card. Owe more than your home is worth, can't afford to pay, get the truth about your options. You got your Coldwell, on the other side, right? For your free copy of the Homeowner's Guide. So this card in and of itself is more powerful than your card because people are likely to log on and trade you their name and email address for this when they're not going to pick up your card that they find on the street and do that. They might do that with this, right? But many of them wouldn't. But if you handed this to them and you used some great dialogue skills and you gave them a few of these, a lot more of them would. Right, and that's why I like this tool because it's a business card. It's so cheap, and so I could go up and I could take 3 or 4 of these and sort of display them out like a deck of cards. You know what I'm talking about? And I could hold them out and say, "Hey guys, can I ask you a favor?" And I'm talking to a couple people. What's up, Chris? I say, "Can I give you a few of these and ask you to think about who you might know?" And then I'll hold them up and they'll say, "Well, what are they?" I'll go, "Well, thanks, this is my card, but this is a book that I put together." Oh, and they're looking at it now. Now they're holding it in their hand. Oh, this is a book that I put together. And it may or may not apply to you guys, but I know that, you know someone at your work or your church or your golf club or, here in town in your neighborhood who owes more on their home than it's worth. And this book is going to show them how they can avoid foreclosure, whether they want to do a, loan modification for free without getting ripped off, or short sell their home for free without getting ripped off, deed in lieu of foreclosure. Maybe they just want to let the bank foreclose. This book will walk them through their options and it'll let them know exactly what they can do smartly to best move forward however they want to move forward. And if I can help them, I specialize in choices, I'd love to, but they don't have to call me. It's not about me. It's about whatever they want to do. Oh, wow, great, Chris. Yeah, thanks. So I'm handing out my cards. And they're taking them, right, because there's some value in that now with the dialogue I just used. right? Put a couple of these in an envelope, send them out to my sphere of influence. Hey, please don't keep me a secret, right? Here's a book I just put together, and it may or may not apply to you. Oh, wow, right? So that's a little business card, and that's a moneymaker. I love it. But let's just leave here. So where's here? Well, we're over here at the shortsalecoachingclub.com, but I'm letting you know you can come over here and you can look at the offline marketing tools, and you can learn about the online marketing. You can learn about the online marketing tools that we have and training that we have over here is for our members of the Short Sale Coaching Club. All right. Online marketing, well, I just showed you an email signature that gets listings, right? I'll show you some Craigslist ads here in a minute, you guys. I'll show you some Craigslist ads that make thousands of dollars, Craigslist ads. We'll take a look at them. But you can come check out what we're doing over here with Craigslist and Facebook and YouTube. All kinds of stuff you can take a look at. Come over here and you know, just an educational opportunity, whether you want to join the Short Sale Coaching Club or not. There's some great videos you can watch over here and some things to learn. And I just think there's going to be some things you can look at over here that, quite frankly, you'll flip your lid. But that's just my opinion. I'm a little biased because I created all this. What I do want to show you right now, though, is a direct response newsletter. And I want to talk about newsletter marketing, and it doesn't have to be, again, my newsletter. I'm telling you, my competition, serviceforlife.com, check them out. Buyreferralonly.com, go check them out. Just go Google, Realtor newsletter. You'll find all kinds of things. But let me show you explain the concept and show you a good one. Because when I made mine, I went out there and I looked at what was out there and said, okay, I just know I got to make something better than all of them, and then make it a lot more affordable. And that's exactly what I did. So here's the welcome mat, right? This is the welcome mat, and we're looking at the October edition. This is an agent here, and it's a 4-page newsletter. It's a direct response newsletter. Again, you send it out to your past clients, sphere of influence, geographic farm area. You can put it in your take one boxes. You can follow 30, 60, 90-day late people with it all the way as far as you want for a whole year or more. And it's 4 pages, okay? And I'm going to show you 4 individual pages, 8.5 by 11 sheets. We're going to go through the thing right now, but here's what I'd want you to understand concept-wise. You print out these 4 pages when you print this onto an 11 by 17 sheet of paper. That way, when you fold it in half, you've got a 4-page newsletter, right? It's an 8.5 by 11 4-page newsletter. And then when you fold it in half yet again, it's the size of a large postcard. And as you saw earlier, here's the spot, right? So that's where the postage would go. Here's where you just type in your contact information. And right here is where the mailing label would go. Okay, and then you could put a little staple up here, a piece of tape to, because remember it's folded up. So, make sense? Okay. In fact, let's do this. I'm going to take my mark here. The mailing label would go right here. And what you did was you took this 11 by 17 sheet of paper and you folded it up like that, right? And so now you've got a little staple or a piece of tape that you're going to put right here, and it's going to go out, it's going to mail out just like a postcard. Make sense? Okay, good. I know that makes sense because I'm a pretty darn good artist. Let's put this down. And now we're going to go back up page 1 of the welcome mat. And this is the October edition. Obviously got this Halloween stuff going on up here. But so here's a direct response newsletter. And as we scroll down here through the month of October, the October edition, what I want you to know about newsletters, a good direct response newsletter, it should be something that your client wants to open up, pull it out, sit down on the couch, have a cup of tea, hang out with it while they read just like they read the newspaper. Oh yeah, check this out. And they love it. They play the games in it. They do the stuff. And they will in time. You can't send it out 1 month and think they're all going to fall in love with it, because the first month, if you're sending it to strangers, geographic farm area, they throw it away. What the heck is this? Ad. Some of them. The next month, fewer will. The next month, less people will throw it away. By month number 10, if you're consistent in your delivery, by month number 10, hey, where's the news? Where's the welcome mat newsletter? Oh, I already threw it away. Why? I didn't read it yet. Well, it's been here for like over a week. It's been sitting on. I know, but I was going to look at. Right? That's what's going on with your newsletter. So it takes some time. But believe me, where are you going? You're in real estate, right? You got to build a relationship base. So that's how they're going to work. Now, here's the October edition. Let's just scroll through here. And so you'd have a box right here, a field, that every month when I send you your new edition of the newsletter, like about 10 days before the end of the month, you just get it automatically. You'll open it up, just like Guy did, and you'll insert your photo and your logo right here. And so here's page 1. And then we've got, as we scroll down, it says, inside this issue, and here's everything you'll find, and we've got a real Halloween-ish looking. It says, get a free copy of my book, The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. Just visit my website, right? And then that's a field that you could just come in and plug your name into, right? Now, we can scroll down here a little bit more, and we've got, page 2, fun stuff, right? Fun stuff to read. Look at this, quick hearing test. I'll tell you what, my mom would do this. I could see her right now on Sunday morning with her reading glasses and the lamp going on next to her big chair that she sits in with coffee and the LA Times spread out all over the morning table, and she'd have this thing here and she'd be sitting here circling these things, taking this quick hearing test. A lot of people would. So I'm going to scroll past here. We're going to go down here through page 3. Right? Fun articles, fun things that people want to engage with. Right? And then let's get down here. And so now we've got some more stuff going on. Okay, we already saw get a free copy of my book, right? We're not overdoing it, but we already saw the ad, get a free copy of my book, log on. But down here on the last page, look at this. Thank you for not keeping me. This is, forefront right here on the front page. Thank you for not keeping me a secret. Do you know friends who are upside down on their home or property? You can help me help them. It's easy and free, right? Referrals are the lifeblood of my business. Past clients, friends, neighbors, even friends of friends. They all mix together to provide me a constant flow of new clients, opportunities, and income, and I have you to thank for that. I can expertly guide anyone through their loan modification or short sale process, and it's absolutely free. Learn more at my website. And then you just come down here and put in your web address, right? So, you can just insert. So there's little fields where, again, you'll insert your photo, your logo, your web address, and other than that, it's done. Right, and so look down here. We've got free home value report. Curious to know how much equity you got in your home? Just go log on to my website, and I'll send you one. So this is the October edition of the Welcome Mat. Now, remember, I said you print this out on 11 by 17 sheet of paper and you fold it in half. So now it's like a book, right? A 4-page book, 8.5 by 11 pages. Now, when they open it up, there's inserts that are going to fall out. You can insert whatever you want into it, right? That's where your real estate message can be. So if you're sending the welcome mat into a geographic farm area, what would the insert be? What would one insert be that fell out? Well, I would include comps, neighborhood comps. In fact, I would have like a yellow piece of paper that fell out that would have a map like inset into the corner of the neighborhood. I would say this is the neighborhood that I track. This is the neighborhood that gets the welcome mat, right? And this is the neighborhood represented right here and what's recently sold, what's new on the market, what's expired, right? I'd have the list of area comps every month. So I'd train the homeowner. Not only is this a great newsletter that you're going to want to play with every month when it comes, but guess what? You can look at what's going on in the neighborhood. Here's all the neighborhood sales. And not comps from San Diego County, because these don't matter to you. I mean, come on, there's houses on the beach in Del Mar for $55 million. Do you need those comps? I don't think so, right? You own a 1-bedroom, 2-bath condo right here in Park Place in Cardiff by the Sea. You only need Park Place comps, right? That's my neighborhood. What do you know? So I include them every month in the newsletter. But with my newsletter, the Welcome Mat, I make it so easy for you guys to monetize this thing. When I say monetize, I mean get paid to send your newsletter out into a geographic farm area every month to expand your relationship base and start staying in touch with people, right? Get paid to do it. So how? Well, I created a tool. Remember how I said the newsletter becomes like an envelope itself. It's like a delivery vehicle for other messages that get inserted into it. The other messages, area comps, right? And when they turn over the area comps, a letter from you every month, a letter from you every month on the reverse side, right? That's how they're going to get to know you. That's how your geographic farm is going to get to know you. It's through that letter and through your newsletter because they know what you do. You're a realtor. When they know what you do and they start to get a sense of who you are, they're going to start to like you, right? They'll call you up and say, hey, we're thinking about putting our house on the market. And one day we're going to move out of a short sale market. You need to have a farm if you want to be a listing agent and you want to build a practice. Just something to think about. So and listen to me say you need. I don't know what you need, but it's something to think about and give serious thought to. So here's a direct response newsletter. Now, how are you going to monetize it? So I've created something, and I call it the Homeowners Service Center. And check it out. Here's the front page, right? Or actually, here's the front page, and here's the back page. And now it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. here's the front, here's the back. It's not two sheets. Okay, so this is printed onto the reverse side. So we're looking at just one page. Now, this is a field where it says your community name that you would open up. So let's say you're working in a community called Coconut Grove down in, I don't know, somewhere in Florida. You would write the coconut, you would write underneath the word the, where it says your community name, you would just open up and type in Coconut Grove, and it would say the Coconut Grove Homeowner Service Center, right? And then you just personalized it. And then you've got this box down here, all right? When I say here, where's my tools? You've got this box down here that's an empty field that you can come into and insert your photo, right? Your logo, your certified short sale expert seal, your name, your contact information, web address, email, all of your stuff right here, and then your story here. Anything you want to write, you've got a field right here where you can write text into. All right, now let's just blow this thing up for a second so you can see what this says. I'm going to scroll up to about, right here. Now, right up here it says, to the greatest degree possible, I believe in keeping my business right here in our own community. Because of that, I'm proud to support these business owners who live and work in our area. Do you know a great locally owned business or service provider that should be featured here? Call me and today and let me and tell me about it. I'll try to get them in here as soon as possible. Let's something our community by keeping it local, right? Let's support our community by keeping it local. So now let me just scroll back out of here. All right, let's go back down so we can see this whole thing again. Now, the only other thing you've got going on here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 places for business cards, right? Business cards. And again, the Homeowners Community Service Center, you write Coconut Grove or whatever your market you're farming with your newsletter. It goes right in there. Now, what you're going to do is go out into the community. You're going to find Joe's Carpet Cleaning, right? Bobby Smith's Lawn Mowing, Jill's Dog Walking, Cat Grooming, local chimney cleaning, auto detailing, child care. For that community, you're going to go find small businesses that work that community and say, hey, listen, I've got this newsletter. It's called The Welcome Mat. It goes out every month to Coconut Grove. It goes out to 1,000 homes a month. Would you like to be the exclusive lawn care landscape maintenance provider within my homeowner service center? Let me show you what it looks like. Print out the newsletter, go to Kinko's, print it out in color, right? And then print these out and show a blank spot for them. Right? Of course, every month to 1,000 homeowners, I'm the exclusive lawn care people. Of course we want to be in it. How much is it? Well, you decide, right? You make the rules. But what I would tell you is this, you get a 6-month commitment up front. So if you say, well, it's $50 a month to be in here, but I need you guys to commit for 6 months, pool cleaners, right? So think lawn care, landscape, pool cleaning, dog walking, right? Window washing, right? Things like that, community service center stuff. Local small businesses. They're going to want to be in here. And guess what? Not only that, you can take it to the next level. They'll give you coupons that you can insert free ice cream when they stop by the local 31 flavors. You can go in there and say, hey, I got this. It's called the Welcome Mat. It goes out to 1,000 homes every month. You guys want to run a promotional? I can put it. Oh, yeah. You can do all sorts of things like that. But here, I've already got this tool created for you to monetize the newsletter when you're a member of the Short Sale Coaching Club. It's already formatted for you. You just got to go find the businesses. And it's real simple to do. Right? So now you've got this inserted into your monthly newsletter every month. That's help paying your postage, right? Give me 6 months up front. It's $50 a month. Well, that's $300, right? From 12 people, right? So what's 300 times 12? That's a lot of dough. That'd pay your postage, right? Into 1,000 homes. Help pay for it anyway. So it's right here. It's a tool, and it's designed to just help you guys monetize this newsletter called The Welcome Mat, which is easy for you to open up, personalize, customize, send out, promote your book, and it's a follow-up system. So every time you get a new lead, like a buyer lead, hey, you get their mailing address and you put them on your newsletter list. Now they start getting your newsletter every month. Right? That's how you follow up with buyer leads. Put them on your newsletter list every month. Now they're getting your newsletter going, oh, wow, look at this agent, man. He's on it. This is cool stuff. Right? All your leads, put them on your newsletter list. And then if you get their email address, send them this via email. Right? You don't just send them the email, not the print one. I'm telling you, if you're only going to send one, send the print version. And then if you get their email address, send them the email one too, and you'll increase your readership big time. But you're going to do yourself a much bigger favor sending out every single month a direct response newsletter into your geographic farm, into your past clients, your sphere of influence, right? Your 30-day late, 60-day late, 90-day late, 120-day late, 150-day late lists. And now think about campaign-wise. If I've got different campaigns going, if I've got some of these newsletters going out to 30, 60, 90, 120s, what am I going to insert into those ones? It's going to be different, right? Not area comps, because they're all over the place, right? These 3060s are in different neighborhoods, so I'm not going to send neighborhood comps. What's my insert going to be? Well, my insert would be to my short sale campaign, things, nutrient-rich information, right? The book is in there. They can see that. I'm not going to hit them over the head with the fact that I'm a short sale expert, but what I might include is comps like successfully closed short sales this month across the county, right? All closed short sales. New short sale listings, closed short sale listings, showing that. So every month they go, oh, look at all these short sales that are closing and selling around the county every month when they open that thing up, right? That's what I would do. So this is a direct response newsletter, and that's why I say a direct response newsletter. It's like the Swiss Army knife of marketing tools. You do have to have a website to drive people to, right? Websites are important. You got to have a good website, but come on, you got to get people to your website. In a direct response newsletter, they just call you up. But speaking of websites, let's go take a look at one, because as a member of the Short Sale Coaching Club, which is $49 a month, you guys, month to month, no contract. Join the Short Sale Coaching Club month to month, right? And get about $39,000 worth of tools and training to use for $49 a month, no contract. Or you can go over to Service for Life and get an $80 a month newsletter. Or you can go to Buyer Referral Only for $50 and you can go get a newsletter. But over here at the Short Sale Coaching Club, for $49 a month, your jaw is going to hit the floor when I show you what's coming here next, because I've built a website. So my members, here's what's happening. They get a toolkit, a huge tool. I build a shed. It's like I join their team. I say, I'm going to bring over a bunch of tools and I'm going to set them up for you. Okay. Yeah, we got direct mail stuff. We got letters. We got door hangers. We got postcard. We got all that stuff, right? We got HTML, Craigslist ads. Let's get your website set up. And website, what website? Well, let's take a look. Okay. I've built what I call the stealth website. We're looking at a version of one right here. And this stealth website, let's just walk you through the process here real quickly without spending too much time here, because this is like the space shuttle. I could spend a week showing you things here. And I'm not going to do that in this webinar. But what I will show you is this. So let's just imagine for a minute I'm a prospect. I come over here and I speak Chinese. That's not a problem, because I'm just going to click on this little button that says Translate, and I'm going to click on this button and I'm going to click Chinese, right? And then I'm just going to click Translate. And I'm going to translate the website into Chinese so that it makes sense to me, right, in the language that I want to speak. I mean, I understand English, but I'd rather have it in my language. So I could do that, right, if I want to. Any language I want, I can just translate it. But this is a website that I can come to and get my loan modified, right? Request a loan mod. All the forms I need, everything that's right here, including HUD certified housing counselors. Click on a link, call the toll-free number, connect with them, and they'll help me fill out the forms, right, and work with my bank, right, by clicking on this link. Which means this realtor right here, Susan Wright, has the ability, she doesn't have to lift a finger, but she can open her mouth and she can say, listen, if you want to get your loan modified and try and save your home, I can help you do that for free without getting ripped off. Remember I said you need to be able to say that, right? You need to be able to say that if you're not going to beat a cat. Hey, folks, you guys probably want to save your home. I can help you do that for free without getting ripped off. What? Yeah, you don't sound like a cat. I'm not. Come on over here. I'm a short sale advisor, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about loan mod, right? Yeah, we want to mod. Okay, perfect. Right. So you can help people with what they want, right? What they want. And so people can then come here and do that. And we'll take a look at how to do that in a minute. But right here it says loan modification, short sale, deed in lieu of foreclosure. 3 free options for Port St. Lucie homeowners. And then it says, if you owe more on your Coconut Grove area home or investment property. So she's working in an area in Port St. Lucie, Florida called Coconut Grove, and she's with Prudential. But big news. Guess what happened today? She moved. She got married, and she moved to Southern California. And she's no longer with Prudential. She's now with, I don't know, let's say Remax, right? She's not living in Port St. Lucie. So she's going to do something here, and it's going to not take her at all. It's going to take about 10 seconds. She's going to go over to the Short Sale Coaching Club where she's a member, and she's going to log into her back office. Okay, and then she's going to arrive in her back office, and she's going to make a quick change to her website. She's going to click Customize. Whoops, let's just back up. She's going to click, well, let's just log in as her again. She's just going to log back in. Right? Yep, she's going to log back into her back office, and she's going to click Customize Website Content. And watch how fun this is going to be. She's going to go to the home page, and she's going to say Edit. And she's going to say, I now live in 3 free options for, well, where did she move to? She moved to Del Mar, California. 3 free options for Del Mar homeowners. And she wrote, if you owe more on your, because she's working a particular community in Del Mar, and that's called Seashore Villas, right? If you owe more on your Seashore Villas area home, so she's done with that. She's just going to click Submit. So she just changed her website there. Now she's going to click Menu. She's going to go right back into her back office main menu screen. And she's going to click Edit Online Data. And she's going to just scroll right down here, and she's going to say, you know, I'm no longer with Prudential. I just joined Keller Williams, and Submit. And she's done. That took, how long did that take? So we're going to go back to her website, and we're going to just refresh our browser here, and we're going to see that, well, Susan is now with Keller Williams, and 3 free options for Del Mar homeowners. If you owe more on your Seashore Villas area home, right, she just took the website with her, in other words. So that's what I wanted to let you know. A couple things. Translate it in any language, complete editing capability of the entire website, right? Change the video, delete this video, pop in a different one. You know, delete this and make it say something else. Right? Insert a photo, you know, right here, insert a photo. Whatever you want to do. If you can work in a Microsoft Word document, you've got complete editing capability of each page, number 1. Number 2, you've got the ability to add as many pages as you'd like. Okay, so I want to start working expired listings. Okay. By the way, of course, it's got IDX, search for homes. So you got iframe built in here. You got great IDX. But I want to start working expired listings. Of course, loan mod minnows. I can send them over here to get their loan modified. And by the way, while you're at it, pick up a free copy of my book, The Homeowner's Guide to Fighting Foreclosures. It'll help you guys deal with your bank, right? And in the meantime, position me as a short sale expert who you need as your Plan B, team captain, right? Or go over to my Hamp and Half a page, order a free copy of my book, The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales, right? And it positions me as a short sale guru. You'll see. You'll want to work with me, right? You can do that. You can request a loan modification. You can find out all about a deed in lieu of foreclosure, right? What are you going to learn about a deed in lieu of foreclosure? Well, you're going to learn that generally if the borrower makes a good faith effort to short sell the property and is ultimately not successful, a servicer may consider a deed in lieu of foreclosure. With a deed in lieu, the borrower voluntarily transfers ownership of the property to the servicer, and I define very clearly what a deed in lieu is, right? If you've made a good faith effort to short sell the property. Okay. Remember, nutrient-rich information that's going to help my loan modification minnow arrive at their own conclusion, right, that they probably ought to have a plan B put together here pretty quick called short sale. Okay, so that's the deed in lieu of foreclosure page. Short sale qualify, right? Deficiency judgment. Well, we're concerned we're going to have a deficiency judgment. Great. Go over to my website, right? Fill out the form. Give me all the information. How many loans, name of the lender, what's the amount on the first, second, third. Have you refinanced any of them? You know, which ones are current, which ones aren't. Have you received a notice of default? When did you get it? You know, is it a Cal HFA, VA, FHA loan? What kind of loan? Give me that information, and I'll follow up with you within 72 hours, letting you know whether or not you're looking at a deficiency judgment should you decide to short sell your house. Really? Yeah, just go over to my website, right? And, of course, there'll be an automated drip campaign that will also follow up with you. So, you know, short sale qualify for a half a short sale. You know, take the quiz. You know, get your loan modified, work with a HUD counselor, here's all the forms, here's everything you need, instructions to just go right through the process, right? I link my blog over here via an RSS feed. That's not hard to do, right? That's not hard to do at all. I've got search for homes, so I've got my IDX set up over here. If people want to come over here and search for homes, they can do that, right? Again, in any language, you guys. So let me just stop for a minute and remind you, $49 a month. Right here, this website that I'm showing you right now in any language that's that's littered with lead captures and automated drip campaigns and a toll-free phone number with no bill, this website, don't forget, it includes a monthly direct response newsletter. It includes postcards. It includes door hangers. It includes the money-making business cards. It includes the 2 books that are they're ghostwritten for you. Right? It includes HTML Craigslist ads. It includes training on YouTube. It includes training on Facebook. It includes training on Craigslist. Right? It includes the Craigslist ads already created for you. We'll take a look at those too. $49 a month, month to month, no contract. Right? So you could go over to Service for Life and get their newsletter for $80 a month, right? But why would you? You could go over to Buyer Referral Only. You could go over to Craig Proctor. You could go a lot of places. And listen, kudos, all good stuff, right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Over here at the Short Sale Coaching Club, we're a real estate marketing think tank. And when you join the club, we come on to your team. It's like we join your team. We're on your team. Let's go to work. Here's your stuff. Let's get it set up. What do you need to do? How's it going? What's your plan next week? Okay. How'd it go last week? Are you meeting your numbers? What's going on? Right? We're on your team. And do you need a new tool? What would that look like? Oh, that's a bad idea. We won't make that. Oh, you got a new idea? You got a Facebook plugin idea or something like that? What is it? Oh, that's a great idea. Hey, we'll make that. Yeah, we'll make that. We'll make it for you for free. Right? That's how we work. So there's some real cool stuff happening over here at the Short Sale Coaching Club. You guys, I could talk to you about this website longer, but I don't want to. I don't want to send you into information overwhelm. Just know I think this is probably the best real estate agent website on the planet. Now, that's what I think because I built it. But I built it from the perspective of a real estate agent. I need to be able to come in here and change things. I can't hire a computer kid to come do it, and I'm not a computer kid. I need to be able to. I'm a simpleton. Like, I have to be able to do it from my simpleton perspective. Why? Well, because things happen like Mars. All of a sudden you have to have a Mars statement on everything. I don't have it on my stuff. And I don't want to hire some computer guy to come do it for me for $180 an hour. I just want to do it. I want to put on the Mars thing that it needs to say, right? And then all of a sudden Mars doesn't need to be there anymore. I want to delete it. And I changed brokerages, and how do I do that? And now at my new brokerage, my broker says it can't say these words. I want to delete them and rewrite them the way he says it needs to be, right? I need to be able to do that. You need to be able to do that, right? You can do that with the cell system. And your prospects need to be able to come over here, and you need to be able to tell your prospect, listen, whether you want to get your loan modified, deed in lieu, real estate short sale, I can help you guys, right? I can help you guys without getting ripped off. It's all free. I've got all the information you need and tools to help you get it done, including pick up a copy of my book while you're over there. I'll walk you through the process and educate you. Oh, wow, great. And you know what? You can do it in any language. I know that you guys are, I know that your parents, do your parents speak English as well? I mean, I know that you guys are Vietnamese. Do they speak? Oh, yeah, my dad, he speaks a little bit. My mom, not so good. Okay, well, listen, you guys are on the website together. There's a little button. Just click it. You can convert my website into Vietnamese. You're kidding. No, just when you go over there, you'll see. Just click on the thing, and it'll say translate, and go find, Vietnamese, and then let your parents look at it, and then your parents can, they can read this stuff, and then together you guys can decide, if this is the direction you want to go in. Oh, thanks, Susan, right? So that's what this stealth website does. And it's got automated drip campaigns. They order the book. Great. Here's my book. I'll send it over to you, and I'll drip on you, right? They go to the half a page. They order the book. Great. I'll send it over to you, and I'll drip on you. They want to order the home value report that they're going to need, whether they're doing a loan mod or a short sale. I let them know that. I say, you guys are going to need this, and you're going to need this particular one. Go get it, right? Go order the home value report, and I'll send it over to you. Oh, okay, great. Thanks, Chris, right? Automated drip campaign. So where do all these automated drip campaigns, where's all this stuff work? Remember Susan's back office where she can modify that website and make it say anything she wants? Look what else she can do. Remember she wants to start working, what did we say? We said that Susan decided that she wants to start working expired listings. So look what she's going to do. She's not only going to work short sales through this thing, not only can buyers come over here and search for homes, but now she wants to start working expired listings. So she's going to come over here to Simple Listing Solutions in her back office, and she's going to click Customize Website Content one more time. And she's going to come down here and she's going to say Add a Page. And she's going to call it Expired, Area Expires, right? And then what will we really name it? Area Expireds. Let's do that. Area Expireds. That'll make sense to people. Area Expireds. Good. So let's go back over the website and just refresh our browser here. That didn't take all of about, what, 3 seconds? And now I've got a new page right here called Area Expireds. At the moment, it's blank. If I click on it, there's nothing there. I haven't built it yet, right? But it's not hard to build, right? How do I build it? I just go back here, Area Expireds. I click on Edit, right? Edit. And then look what's going to happen. Look at all these tools I have for inserting photos, for inserting video, for choosing the font that I want, for choosing my font size. Do I want it bold? Do I want it italicized? Do I want it my text centered, flush left, flush right? You know, do I want columns? What do I want to do? Do I want to insert hyperlinks? Right? And if I can work in Microsoft Word, I can certainly come down here and start doing things, right? But here's the thing. Because I'm a member of the Short Sale Coaching Club, if I get stuck, I can't get the video where I want, the picture isn't going, it's not working the way I want it to, you know what? I've got help. I've got people that'll do it for me. You know, as long as I made a valiant effort, you know, and there's a legitimate reason why I can't get it done, they'll just do it for me, and they'll do it for me for free because I'm a member of the Short Sale Coaching Club for $49 a month with no contract. So, you know, you guys, I know I sound like I keep hammering that home because I keep hammering home because I can't even believe that, quite frankly, I'm doing it. But that's what we're doing over here. So at the Short Sale Coaching Club, in the back office behind your website, right, behind your website, we haven't built that page, so there's nothing there yet. There's a lead center, right? There's the ability to customize that website all day long. There's the ability to customize the automated drip campaigns, add more drips, change the timing of when the letters go out. You can do whatever you want. Insert videos and PS of the letters we've already created for you, right? We've already created the email drip campaigns. You can extend them, edit them, do whatever you want, or do nothing. But you could do that right there. If you are a brokerage that's not a major brokerage and we don't have your branding already set up, you could come down here and upload your logo, and you could brand the website yourself. Upload your photo, upload your logo, right, straight from your back office. Okay. You could come down here and you could grab your Craigslist ads. You know, every Thursday evening after you're going to go run Craigslist ads, right? So you come down here and you could just scroll through and just start grabbing, whoops. You know, we closed out of it. So you could just come down and click on the link and scroll through your Craigslist ads, and you could just start grabbing ads, right? Look at this. Free loan or have you considered a deed in lieu of foreclosure, right? HUD-certified counselors will assist you with a free loan modification. Qualify for HAMP loan modification, half a short sale, or learn about deficiency judgments. Get all the information, forms, and assistance you'll need to battle your bank for free by simply clicking on the book image. Click on the book, and then where does it take them? It takes them over to the Stealth website. Click on the book, right? And now, how do you get this ad to appear in Craigslist? We've already made it for you. You just come down here and copy the code and copy and paste, and there's your code, right, for that ad. Here's another one. Free loan mods. HUD-certified housing counselors will assist. Stop foreclosure. Get free assistance with your loan mod, right? So we got a lot of different, wow, $3,000 move-in allowance, half of government guidelines, right? Different Craigslist ads, so you just come back there and run, and we're adding new ads back there all the time. So those are back here. Now, your downloads, and when I say downloads, that's where all your tools exist. Download the monthly newsletter, right? So you can just come back here and click download the monthly newsletter. How to modify your newsletter. Download the October edition. Download the September edition. Download the August edition. They're all in here, right? The November edition is going to be in here in about another week. So, Homeowner Service Center. Remember this? Remember this? How to monetize your newsletter? Here it is right here in your back office. How to modify your Home Service Center insert. Download the Home Service Center template. Download the Home Service Center sample, you know, so you can see what it looks like. Super easy. How to modify your newsletter. Look how easy the instructions are on how to go in and work with your newsletter, right? Here's the welcome mat. Ready to get started? We just walk you right through the process of how to insert your photo. We show you where the empty fields are. It's really just, walk you right through the process for your monthly newsletter. And so, again, a newsletter, it's a system. It's a follow-up system. It's a touch-point system. It's a way to follow up with leads. You get the, hey, great, new buyer lead, boom, I'm going to put you on my list. You guys start getting my monthly newsletter. There's going to be some tips and stuff in there for home buying, right, your farms. So anyway, we make one. It's called the Welcome Mat, and it's just one of the tools that you get as a member of the Short Sale Coaching Club, right? You get the Realtor newsletter. you get all the offline marketing tools, all this stuff. It's all in your toolkit. There's 2 different cards, 3 different take one flyers, 3 different postcards, 3 different door hangers, 2 different direct mail letters, 2 different books, right? And then you're going to have access to a click training video library in the back office, right, where you can go learn how to make money on YouTube for free as a realtor. How to go get buyer leads from YouTube, how to go get seller leads from YouTube, how to do Facebook, all kinds of stuff. So anyhow, I would invite anybody that's watching this webinar later, because we are recording this one today, but all you guys, thank you for your time today. I hope you got some new sort of perspective around. Here's what I'll tell you, and this is just straight from the trenches, you guys, so listen to this, okay? And then I'm gonna close this up. If you're going out and you're getting like the CDPE letters right now and the postcards, or you're going over to ProStep Marketing or Harris University or Reticulous or all these great places and getting their letters and their postcards, thinking that you're going to do a mass mailing campaign to NOD lists and 30, you're going to waste your money. You are. Why? Because they're calling me up. People are already doing that. They're already doing it, and they're calling me up and saying it's not working, right? There's better ways. There's better ways. Now, does that mean that the particular postcard won't work for you in your marketplace? Not at all. Not at all. If you're in Podunk, Idaho, right, and there's, you got 10 real estate agents in the county, and most of them don't even want to do a short sale. They don't know what it is. Sure, then that's a different scenario. But if you're in, Las Vegas, forget about it. Forget about it, right? You're not going to send a postcard that's going to have somebody call you up and say, list my house. Won't happen, right? You'd be better served knocking on their door, handing them the postcard, telling them what it is. Hey, folks, how's it going? I just want to put this in your hand and get out of here. What is it? Well, it's a postcard, but I'm not mailing it to you because you wouldn't look at it. But if I hand it to you, you might. Let me tell you, it's important. And that's why I'm knocking on your door. This postcard, if you would pay attention to it, would show you how you can sell. Oh, now you're talking to them, right? Those people, you'll get the listing. You keep doing that enough. But you can send those postcards all day long, spend. And you know what? At the end of the day, one response, one phone call, 1,000 pieces. It's just the money spent, not worth it. Not worth it. You can spend that money on Facebook and run little pay-per-click ads, driving them over to your stealth site and be better served. Right? You'd be better served spending that money sending a direct response newsletter out. You would. So save your money there. Okay. Door hangers, if you're going to use them, don't run up and stick them on the door and run off. Oh, they almost saw me. I heard somebody coming. I'm glad I got out of there. Don't do that, because that's a waste of time and money too. Right? I'll teach you how to do that. Come on to my webinars. You guys can go over to thecleveragent.com and register for a future webinar. You can probably do that right here on our homepage now, I think, at the Short Sale Coaching Club. If we scroll down, what I would invite everybody to do at the Short Sale Coaching Club, come on to a future webinar. You can decide if you want to come on to one of these again. I'd love to meet with you on a future date. And that's it. Please don't keep us a secret over here at the Short Sale Coaching Club, and I hope to join your team for $49 a month, no contract. And now listen, there's a setup fee. I don't want to leave you guys hanging without telling you this, because it would not be fair. There's a setup fee, and it's a couple $100, several $100 when you join the coaching club. There's a $499 one-time setup fee, and with that setup fee, we build your website. But we don't just build your website. We purchase a toll-free phone number for you. We record the script on it, get it pointed at your cell phone, get your website built, and then we have a graphic designer build your toolkit. She's got to put your domain name, toll-free number, all that stuff on your tools. So there's a one-time setup fee of $499. But listen, there's also a 30-day money-back guarantee. Right? You get into this 30 days into this with us, and it's not what we say it is, or it's not what we thought it was going to be. We're happy to give you that money back. And so other than the setup fee, it's just $49 a month. There's no contract. It's month to month. Now the pro package, disregard that. Don't worry about the pro package. Right? You want some additional, like some intense coaching for a month, then we'll crank up your monthly from $49 to $99, and you'll get a one-on-one for an hour, and we'll book a good solid time together. But you're going to get plenty of help, all the training, all the assistance I think you're going to need at $49 a month, month to month. Okay, so that's that. With that, thank you for your time, and please, consider bringing us onto your team over here, and we would love to help you stop cold calling and start getting a little more productive, and really, could make some big changes in your business, like Tom down in Jacksonville, who says, Chris, thank you. I rocketed from 2 to 28 listings when I started using this stuff and employing your systems, and I'd love to help you do that too, whatever your market. So thanks for your time today. Go do good work. Bye.